All right, so today we are going to be making spinach and arugula duck egg quiche. Sounds interesting, right? Well, we are overflowing with duck eggs here, and if I want my kids to eat them, then I got to put them in pie form. And so that's my idea. That's what I came up with. I figured maybe if we worked our magic and put it in a pie, then there's a good chance they'll probably eat it. So that's what we're doing. Let's get after it. All right, so first we're going to be gathering our spinach and arugula here from our deck garden. This is our arugula here, which is thriving and doing extremely well. So we're gonna some of that. We're after some spinach. Now I just hit this pretty hard the other day for our salads. So the spinach isn't thriving as it was before I hacked into it that day, but there's still enough here to do what we're looking to do. I think that'll be good. And then I am also gonna grab, while we're out here, just a little bit of oregano and some thyme to throw in there as well. And some parsley. Go ahead and add some herbs for flavor. Not a whole lot, but just a few. And then I've already gathered the duck eggs, so that's it. We're ready to go. So I thought while we were at it, we would also add in a little bit of kale. Now these are plants that were just planted a week or two ago, so there's not a whole lot on them yet. They're just starting to take hold here, so I'm not going to hit them too hard, but I'm going to grab a little bit of kale and just a few Swiss chard leaves as well to add into the mix. And that'll add some nice flavor to it all. All right, so now we're just going to chop up all these greens. Wow, you should smell the smells coming from this. All right, so I think that that's probably going to be adequate for what we need here for today. Man, that is some potent stuff. And you can just smell the healthiness coming off of it. I mean, I'm serious. The smell is incredibly potent. I'm not even sure exactly what it is, but you know, being that there's a mixture of all those things in there, I don't know, but the smell is extremely potent. If it even tastes a small percentage as it smells, I would say it's going to be packed full of flavor. So just looking to get these things chopped up as fine as possible here, which I think that is good. All right, so got all of our duck eggs here. Gonna go ahead and just crack these into our bowl. Now, duck eggs are more nutritious than chicken eggs. They're 2 to 3 times the size, depending on what type of chicken eggs you have. So they're really nice, and especially for baking. I don't particularly like to eat them in place of just, you know, eating eggs. But I do use them in my protein shakes. I just put them in raw, and I try to use them anytime I'm cooking, because they are very healthy. And it just so happens that all 3 of our ducks are females. We had 5, and 2 of them were males, and they had babies, and so we've had, you know, a few different ducks here on the property, but unfortunately, a predator ended up taking out both of our males, and so now we are just left with 3 females. So no fertile eggs, but lots of eggs. So I figured this would be a good way to try and use them up. I try to use a knife here like this to break them, because then it typically doesn't get many eggs, any shells in the eggs, but looks like I got them. So I think that is probably going to be good to get us started here. So just gonna whisk these up. And these, I mean, the richness of the yolks on these they're just bright orange, which means that they're, I would say, you know, very healthy ducks, healthy eggs. And so when you see that nice rich orange color, you know that that's much more nutritious than the eggs you're going to find at the store. And that's the nice part of, you know, having your own chickens and your own ducks. You know, we even have a turkey. He's not worth much, but Tom still resides here on the farm. So but it is nice to have, you know, these birds, because then, you know, you get eggs from them and you can control at least that aspect, you know, and they're much more healthy. And then, you know, with the times the way they are, I mean, not too long ago, I remember eggs were up to like $6, $7, even $8 a dozen, which is absolutely ridiculous. So it's very beneficial to have, you know, your own chickens. I think that if you have, you know, 1 to 2 chickens per person in your house, you'll be good. So get you some chickens. And I mean, it would help to also have a few ducks if you can swing it. We're going to go ahead and add some Fiesta blend cheese into the mix, because of course everything's better with cheese. So we're going to go ahead and mix that in. along with some whole milk. Just a splash, we'll call that probably about a half cup or so. I mean, you just do what you want. We eyeball things around here. Put that in just to make it a little more fluffy. And so that's a nice base, I would say. And then we'll just go ahead and add some of our greens. Call that good for this pie. And that's just going to give it some, you know, amazing flavor on top of the eggs. Just add another palette to the mix here. So that is it. I mean, making quiche is extremely easy. It's a good way to blow through eggs if you have a surplus. And then, you know, again, making a mess everywhere. Again, you know, duck eggs, you know, we have a pile of them right now. They're stacking up on us. So I figured this would be a good way to use some of them up. So you just then, excuse me, pour it into your pie shell. All right, so we have our quiche ready. I ended up having enough for 2 pies. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw them in the oven. Set to 350. And we're gonna set the timer for 45 minutes, and we'll give it a check once we hit that point to see how we're looking, but that should be close to done. All right, so let's give her a check here. What do I do with my oven mitt? All right, it's been 45 minutes. We'll go ahead and give this thing a check here. See how we're looking. Might have to go in for a few more, but you shall see. So as long as you come back out clean, such as that, I think we are looking pretty good. I'm gonna let it go at that. It's gonna continue to cook for a few minutes, you know, as it sits and rests. So I think that's gonna be perfect right there. But I will hack into one of these here just to give you a look at what it looks like. And there you have it. Duck egg quiche with arugula, spinach, Swiss chard, and kale. And let's not forget the cheddar cheese. All right, so hopefully that's helped, and maybe you'd like to give it a shot. But either way, if you've found this video to be of interest, please like it, comment on it. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. and we'll keep bringing you healthy things from the homestead. Casper's out.